Yeah, like I said, we had 26 companies, and if there's any company that is interested in attending our career fair next this October, you're welcome to let us know. We have our contact info at the end, so you can just hit us up. So
this is also one of our big fundraising events for the year.
Yep, definitely. So, all right, Joey, do you want to? Oh, you can do that. Okay.
Also, for another fundraiser we did this year was Monte Carlo Casino Night. I recognize a few in attendance. Was it a lot of fun?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time.
It was
lost money, but...
Well, that's the goal, but I'm just kidding. Hopefully not too much, but we really appreciate your support. We're trying to make this more of a yearly event, beef it up, have lots of fun, get more professionals and students out and just mingling, and there's also prizes involved. So
yeah, definitely a lot of good prizes. We kind of didn't make a lot of profit in this event. We kind of broke even, and so we really appreciate everyone that attended. We had pretty good prices, I think, and so that kind of lowered our profit. But this is the second year that we do it, and so we plan to kind of make it better and make it more well known. I know we always do a golf tournament, and some people were asking us why didn't we do a golf tournament, but we think that this one is probably a better event for us, that we can get students to go as well. So we're trying to kind of promote it more. So if you guys are willing to come to it's going to be around the same date too, in November. So we'll send out emails like we did.
Because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. And the more people, the merrier. We had a pretty big room that would fit a lot of people, and we're hoping to get more students as well. So it's kind of like a build-up process for this event, because this is the second year that we do it. So, and I'm glad to hear that people had fun there. So that means that we did a good job. So hopefully you're interested in coming next year.
The student that was at our table could deal out at the casinos. He could. That's a good part-time job.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, we looked into like kind of sexy dealers, but that wasn't going to work. So we we kind of trained some students to kind of deal. So we really had some good volunteers there. I know Eddie, Joey, and some people dealt. So this is kind of our flyer that we passed around. So this is probably what you will see. So once you see this with the updated date, that's when it's going to be. We're probably going to use the same one so people can get used to looking at it. So this was it. And all right, so some of the other things that we do is some outreach events, and so we always do the E-Week Mall event. We're always grateful to been asked to help there. And so what this year we didn't do some structures like we did last year, but what we did is we took out our concrete canoe, the small one that we do as a prototype. We kind of showed it to kids. We brought a concrete mix and showed them how the concrete mix actually floats in water. So that's kind of neat for the students or the kids to see. And there were other tables there as well, so we kind of helped around wherever we were needed. Another new thing that we did this year is we were participating in the Tucson Festival of Books. We actually got a tent. We were in actually there's a picture next up. Yep. So we were in Science City tent. So if any of you went to the Festival of Books, there's an engineering part in engineering technology tent. And so we were there. We were making some toothpick structures with some starburst with kids. We also made some paper boats. We made some newspaper structures with the kids. They also had a lot of fun. I mean, this thing, we were trying to get it bigger, but we kind of ran out of tape. So some of the things that we kind of try to get students and kids to be engaged and see structures. I mean, they don't really, a lot of people were amazed that you can make structures out of newspaper. They were like, why didn't I think of that? And so just telling them, giving them some activities that their kids can do was kind of a lot of fun. We did that Saturday and Sunday there. So do you guys have anything to add to that? Nope. All right, and then the other thing that you see on the left over here, we did a UA family visit. We kind of worked together with the Office of Early Academic Outreach. They brought in families here, and we did the same activity pretty much with the starburst and toothpicks, just making the tallest tower and working with the families, and so kind of giving them an idea of what ASCE does. Because one of the things that they see is a program called MESA, and that's where they compete against other schools in engineering competitions. And so we kind of show them that kind of the transition into college. You can join other clubs like ASCE that you can do compete against other schools. So that was kind of neat. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm getting the hang of this. Okay, recruitment.
Oh, I'll take care of that.
You'll take care of that.
So what we do every year is we have a lot of times the College of Engineering will have different events for the Engineering 102 students to go out and see what kind of majors you want to explore. So what we did this year was we had a barbecue night where we had a little foosball tournament and tried to recruit more underclassmen. This year we're actually pretty successful. We had like 4 freshmen go to conference rather than the 2 that went last year, you know. And we had a lot of sophomores participate as well. But yeah, it turned out to be a good event because we did retain a lot of underclassmen. So.
Yeah, so this was the first year that we do this, and we had 50 students come, so that was a pretty good event that we did. Let's see.
Just so you know, Engineering 102 is our freshman engineering class, so all the engineers taking classes, and then they from that, some select majors, some of them just predefined, but they learn that in the majors and some basic engineering stuff. So, just so you know, Engineering 102.
And that takes us to our next big thing of our club. It's our regional conference. It's called the PSWC, Pacific Southwest Conference. So we compete against 16 different schools in the area, most of them in California. And these are some of the events at the conference over 4 days. We just got back. We started last Wednesday. It was a lot of fun. So we competed in things like steel bridge, our concrete canoe, concrete bowling, surveying, and lots of sports. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so this year it took place in USC campus. It was co-hosted by 3 schools because some of them had really small programs like LMU and CBU. So they co-hosted, and we're going to be hosting in 2015, which we'll talk about it a little bit later on. So this is kind of a group picture. It's not everyone, but we did have 46 students that went to conference this year, so we had a pretty large group. And like Kayla was saying, there was a lot of underclassmen, which is really good for our club. Every year we always have seniors that go to conference, like a majority, and that kind of kills us because then the next group, next year, they don't really know what to do or how conference is. And so taking underclassmen really helps out our club a lot to kind of keep that continuation.
Also, the events, they require you to have an underclassman or a girl. So, I mean, it was really helpful.
Right, yeah. Sometimes we had to have, if 2 people, like 2 freshmen went last year, they have to be in every single team, and that kind of sucks for them because, and especially if they're women. We had a lot of women go to our conference this year too, and if you're a woman and a freshman, then you have a high demand for that. So that was pretty good. Concrete canoe.
This is just a few shots of our concrete canoe this year. We set different days, different weekends to work on it and invite all the club members and younger members to help out. Anybody can join. Unfortunately, we did have some breaks this year in our canoe because of the way our transporting it, the holder.
Years before, we've always had really large canoes where like the canoe holder would able to support them, but like the past 2 years they've been so light, so the canoes essentially just bounce everywhere when you're going to California. So
yeah, so we left Tucson with 1 canoe and we got to California with 2 canoes, so we weren't really able to row in the competition, but I think it was a good learning experience. It just makes us think. So one of the things is the frame that we take our canoe in. We definitely have to design a new one because last year we had the same problem on the way back. Fortunately, this year it was on the way over there. So we have to make a new frame for it. And so it's just kind of things that you learn on the way over there. And so you see that we used a male mold. We got to see other schools, how they do it, and learn new things on how we can implement them here. And so it's kind of a good experience. But even though we weren't able to row, we were so good that we got second to last place. I don't know how we beat a school, but we didn't row and we didn't have canoe, but we still beat someone, which was good. I think that shows how good we are. The steel bridge. The steel bridge is definitely something that Eddie's going to talk about. We did great.
This year I got a chance to be on the steel bridge competition team. It was my first time. I had a lot of fun, definitely a lot of hard work in it. As you can see, I would say we have the best bridge there, so at least compared to the other schools. But yeah, every weekend we got together, worked on it, built it from scratch, you know, and pretty much it was just 6 of us who were in the competition for this year. And so this year we took 3rd place in the strength of the bridge, and we took 2nd place in the presentation, how it appeared. So I was really proud of our steel bridge this year.
Yeah, there was like a sexy award. I think we would have gotten it. I mean, look at that; it's pretty sexy. So yeah, we did pretty well on that. They haven't given us the full scores for every competition. We're still waiting on that. And so as soon as we get that, we can post that and you guys can see it. But the only scores that they have up there is the canoe, which that's the only thing we know about. We didn't compete.